welcome back to the YouTube channel of Pro Enzo Vids, and this afternoon is my round 9 tips, Magic Round tips for 2025. So very unfortunate I won't be at Magic Round this year, but would have loved to go, but obviously merely have the buys. So yeah, having the week off and yeah, get some rest back and I guess enjoy that win still that we had last Saturday against Penrith at Combank. So that was a great win, and a great win because yeah, we had to bounce back after 3 straight losses, but also it's my birthday tomorrow, so that's why I'm in a different setting because of that. So yeah, 19 tomorrow. So yeah, been a great past few days, mainly winning, and then my birthday tomorrow. So yeah, life's good. But as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, do subscribe if you haven't already. Current goal is to get to 5,300 subscribers. So halfway or very close to that goal actually now, 30 subs away. So yeah, do subscribe if you haven't already. But Magic Round, always a great weekend for every NRL fan that does fly over or is from Brisbane. So yeah, I'd say bring on the weekend actually. Looking forward to kicking back and yeah, singing a few cold ones maybe for the weekend, who knows. But yeah, here we go, my tips for Magic Round. Alright, so here we go, the first game of Magic Round, Sharks versus the Eels at Suncorp Stadium, like every other game is at Suncorp for this weekend. 6 p.m. Friday game, Sharks versus Eels. Should be a interesting contest, this one, considering both these sides have been, I mean, Sharks have been better in terms of form, obviously, but the Sharks have been a bit inconsistent, where Parramatta have been awful up until last week with Moses back. So we'll see how much, or the week before, because they had the bye last week. So we'll see how Parramatta respond this week, and if they can keep that momentum going. It should be a good game, though, I reckon, to open up Magic Round. So looking at both sides, Kyle Ero has been named to make his return from a hamstring injury in a straight swap for Moeni Harodi, who injured his knee last week. Brandon Halman-Ueli is also in for his first NRL game since round 3, and yeah, he comes on the bench for Cronulla. For the Eels, one change only. Kelvin Talangi, who's suspended for Parramatta, is out. Charlie Geimer will replace him in the back row. Dylan Brown and Mitchell Moses again will be the halves combo, and yet Bayongi at fullback. So pretty much picks itself. Yeah, this game will be good. I can see Parramatta causing an upset. I really can. With Moses there, they definitely look like a better team, but I think Cronulla have to bounce back after last week's disappointing loss to the Tigers. So I think Cronulla just get the job done here. I'll go Sharks win by about 6 points. Not a very high-scoring game. I think it'll be quite close with low points. So I'll tip Sharks by 6. First try scorer, I'll go with the man returning this weekend, Kyle Ero, and anytime try scorers of both sides, give me Brendan Nakora. He's definitely due for a try for Cronulla. And for the Eels, I'm going to go Addo-Carr. I think he'll score as well. So yeah, taking the Sharks for a 1-12 win here to open up Magic Round. Now, next up, the main game of Magic Round, it is the Roosters and the Dolphins, 8 o'clock Friday night game. So for a change, no more Manly and Broncos at Suncorp. So I guess that's good. That fixture is no longer a Magic Round fixture going forward. But yeah, Roosters and the Dolphins are the main game on Friday. The Roosters, yeah, I can't read Roosters. They can be so good one week and so bad the next week. But yeah, they were very impressive against the Dragons. Their attack was blistering. Sandon Smith and Hugo Savala both combining for 40 points against the Dragons. So yeah, I'll tell you what, Roosters definitely have talent, but it's about just being consistent now, I feel like. And as for the Dolphins, well, their first half against the Raiders was unbelievable, but they just really dropped their guard towards the end of the game. So yeah, I like Dolphins. Their attack's one of the best in the comp, but it just seems like, again, they just flick off very quickly when they're not really staying on task. So looking at both sides, for the Roosters, Sandon Smith and Hugo Savala will be the halves again. And Trent Robinson has made no changes to his 17. And Dom Young will play his second straight reserve grade game. For the Dolphins, the big ins actually, Felice Kafusi is back with Daniel Saifiti out to a shoulder injury. Marshall King is named to play a hooker. First game since his injury against Penrith. Ray Stone goes to the bench. Kurt Donahue is also back from an ankle injury and joins the bench. And Sean O'Sullivan and Kenny Bromwich revert to the reserves list. Yeah, this one will be a good game, actually. I'm was tossing all day between who to back, actually. But I think with Marshall King back and having a few others back, I think Dolphins might pull through with a win. again, you can't write off Roosters, but I think Dolphins, just for me, have a bit more talent in attack. So I'll go Dolphins win by 10. First try scorer, I'm liking Jamayne Sarko, and anytime try scorers, I'm going to go Billy Smith, the Roosters centre, and for the Dolphins, I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with Hamiso. Like, you go back Hamiso, he's been scoring every week, so they're my try scorers for this game. But yeah, tough one to tip, but I've got Dolphins by 10 here. And next up, the main game on Saturday, the first game of 3. It is the Rabbitohs and the Knights at Suncorp Stadium. Well, South Sydney, 3 straight losses now, so definitely a bit of doom and gloom for them, but I'm sure that won't last long. Souths are a good club, and with Wayne as their coach, he'll definitely navigate ways to bounce back, so never write off a champion, as they say. Yeah, and as for, I guess, the Knights, well, they've been terrible. Knights have been shocking. Sorry about the phone, guys. There we go. Yeah, Knights have been shocking. Can't score points. Even though Ponga's there, Brad Best is there, they still can't score points. Don't know what the Knights are doing, to be fair, but we'll see how they respond this weekend against the Rabbitohs, who are desperate for a win themselves. Looking at both sides, Jai Gray will go to fullback. Latrell Mitchell being suspended, that's why he's back at fullback. Jack White goes to 5'8", and will partner Jaden Sullivan in the halves. Ewan Aiken goes from back row to centre. And Talis Duncan is promoted to the starting side. Lachlan Hubner returning from concussion on the bench. Fletcher Myers and Liam LeBlanc are the other new faces on the bench. And Lewis Dodd goes to reserves. I feel for Lewis Dodd, actually. I feel like he should get a game in first grade because of the way he's been playing when he's come on for Souths, like against Dogs and Storm. I thought he was quite good, but obviously not yet. And as for the Knights, Jacob Saifidi and Adam Elliott have been named to make their return from calf injuries. So yeah, Saifidi front row, Elliott on the bench. Tyson Frizzell returns to lock as a result. Matthew Croker shifting to the bench, and Tyron Thompson and Thomas Cant dropping back to reserves. And Tyson Gamble is a chance of making his return from a broken nose and is listed among the extended squad. Okay, well, both sides have some changes in their team, but I think South Sydney are the club that's going to win this weekend. I can't trust Newcastle at the moment. It's a game Newcastle can definitely win, don't get me wrong, but their attack has been so uninspiring, it's not even funny. So I think Souths with Wyden at 5'8" is a good move, and Jai Gray at fullback has been excellent there all season. So I think Souths win by 12. I think they can have a good win, actually. Let's go first try scorer at Bailey Bentley Hay from the wing, and anytime try scorers, I'm going to go with Keon for a try, Keon Kalamatangi, and for the Knights, if they score any points, I'm going to go with Dane Gagai against his old club. But yeah, Souths 1-12. Well, here's a big one, a game that I've also been trying to toss up in between who to back all week. It is the Warriors and the Cowboys, the next game up on Saturday. Wow, these two teams have been in great form recently. The Warriors are, in the top 4 right now, playing great footy and looking like a real threat this season, while the Cowboys, after an 0-3 start, are just playing great footy themselves as well. Their attack's been blistering, and 4 straight wins. It's quite incredible. They win 5 this weekend, so yeah, it's a real revival by the Cowboys compared to the way they started. So we'll see how they go this weekend. But looking at both sides, for the Warriors have a settled squad as they look to build on last week's win over the Knights, and Andrew Webster has kept the same team. One change though. T. Murray Martin has come on the bench with Jacob Laban unavailable after he was placed on concussion protocols. As for the Cowboys, who beat the Titans 50-18, I was on the train on the way to Manly Penrith last week, and I saw it was 18-6 Gold Coast way. And then a couple of hours later, I looked at the score and was like Cowboys 40, Titans 18. I was like shocked, but look at the Cowboys team. No changes to the same 17 that beat the Titans last week. Harrison Edwards to wear jersey 15 after he was a late promotion to the bench last weekend. And Caden Lars has been named in the extended squad and could make his NRL debut this weekend. I guess we'll see what happens. But in this game, look, I'm leaning towards the Warriors. I think the Warriors, for me, are a bit more appealing. The Cowboys definitely can win the game and win well, I feel like, with the way they've looked so far. But, after every big win that they do tend to have, any big club, I'm saying, actually, after any big, 50 to 40 point win, the intensity normally drops the week after. And, I guess, that's not necessarily the case I'm trying to make if it does happen. But I guess, it's pretty common that clubs don't often back big wins over certain sides in the same sort of fashion. So I think I'll go the Warriors in a very close game. But yeah, Cowboys definitely have every chance of winning without a doubt. So I'll go Warriors to win by about 4 points. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Adam Pompey. Had a great game last week, got a double. And anytime try scorers, going to go Luke Metcalf from the Warriors, and for the Cowboys, going to go back and Rob Derby for a try. So yeah, tight game this one. Can go either way, but got Warriors for the win. And rounding out Saturday night for Magic Round, it is the Tigers and the Dragons. Yeah, both these sides are pretty similar, I feel like. The Tigers, for me, have had the better season, but the Dragons definitely can be really good when they want to be good, because they can be very inconsistent, as we all know. But yeah, West Tigers, great win last week against the Sharks. I actually backed them to beat the Sharks too, so glad I got that tip correct. But Dragons, on the other hand, just, yeah, very easily dismantled by the Roosters on Anzac Day. So Shane Flanagan would obviously be very disappointed with that. And he's made a big change to his spine in particular, so about to read that any second. So yeah, obviously Flano wants results, and I don't blame him one bit, but we'll see if it's the right change or not. But look at both sides. For the Tigers, first of all, Benji Marshall has stuck with the same 17 that beat the Sharks last week, which is no shock. But as for Dragons, Shane Flanagan has turned to young guns Lycan King Toja to wear the halfback jersey this weekend, with Lachlan Illis dropped to reserve grade, which I don't know about that one, but yeah, I guess go change something. And Sione Finia has also been dropped to reserve grade and will be replaced by Corey Allen, who makes his first NRL Dragons game, but comes back from an ACL injury he got last preseason. So good to see Allen back in the fold yet again. And then yeah, another change is that Hamish Stewart starts at lock and returns from concussion protocols at lock. Jack DeBellin goes to the bench, and Blake Laurie drops back to the reserves. In this game, I think looking at both teams and just the experience of the backs in particular, I think Tigers might win just because of that. Flanagan and King Toja, very new halves combo. Don't know if they can, handle the chemistry of what Gowan and Luai have together. And yeah, I don't know. Dragons for me are a very good side when they're on, but you can't trust them overall. And they could win, but yeah, I think the Tigers might pull through here with the win. I think through Luai's leadership, he'll definitely steer the side for a win this weekend. So I'll go Tigers to win by about 4 points in a close game. First try scorer, give me Samuela Fainu, and anytime try scorers, going with Brent Naden for the Tigers, and for the Dragons, I'm going to go with Tyrell Sloan for a try. So yeah, Tigers by 4. All right, on to Sunday footy, the first game of obviously 3 as well. 1:50 p.m. kickoff, Titans and the Bulldogs. Yeah, well, the last time these two sides played, the Dogs were very, great against the Titans, played very good footy. But yeah, Titans gave them a bit of a game too, but Dogs were just too good at Belmore, and they really put on a show there. But yeah, Gold Coast in bad form recently. I don't know what to say about them. They have been really awful. Not since that Roosters win have I been convinced with how the Gold Coast have looked. So yeah, it's not good enough by them. As for the Bulldogs, been great form, but that loss to the Broncos last week might have been what they kind of needed, actually, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, got some missing players this week, so I'll see how the Bulldogs cope with that. But should be a solid team still they have. Looking at both sides now, for the Titans, Dave Fafita has been reserved this week, as Des Hasler looks to change his side a bit. Jamin Jolf has been replaced by Isaac Fa'asumalawe due to suspension. So that means Klesi Haas and Josiah Hahulu join the Titans bench. And Brock Gray is out for the rest of the season after tearing his ACL over the weekend, which really sucks for Brock Gray there. As for the Bulldogs, Cameron Sorado has been forced to make a handful of changes. Matt Burton, Josh Curran, Satili Tupanua all suspended following their loss to the Broncos last week. Bailey Haywood will line up at 5'8", with Daniel Saluka Fafita taking Curran's place in the front row. Curtis Moran and Blake Tuff are the new faces on the bench. Okay, well, there we go. So, yeah, a bit of changes to the Dogs forward pack, and again at 5'8". Yeah, very interesting game, this one. I don't know what it is, but I've got a weird feeling we might see an upset here. I think Gold Coast might get the win, actually. Don't know what it is. I think Dogs, they should win based on who they have playing, and just that their form to start the year's been tremendous. But Yeah, I don't know. The way Gold Coast have looked have been terrible, but they're desperate for a win. I think Des will really try and get the Titans to play well this weekend in Queensland. Yeah, I've got a really weird gut feeling they might respond this weekend. So I'll go Gold Coast by 4 points as well. I think they will cause an upset here. First try scorer going with William Kiki on the back row, and anytime try scorers going with Jojo Fafita for the Titans, and for the Bulldogs going with Bronson Jerry. But yeah, I don't know. Look, upsets happen every weekend now, so can you really blame me for backing this one to happen? But yeah, pure gut feeling. Dogs have some forwards out. Titans have some good young forwards like Pahulu named, Klesi Haas, Isaac Fasul Malawi named, Tino is there, Moaki Fedawaka. So those guys will bounce back after last week's loss, I feel like. So, yep, upset win, Titans by 4. All right, next up, it's the old 2023 grand final rematch between both the Panthers and the Broncos. Penrith home game. But, yeah, both these sides since 2023 are now in different positions. Obviously, Penrith lost to Manly last week. And, yeah, what's going on with Penrith? You know, they've been in really bad form this year so far. Just apart from that Roosters win, that was apart from every other game by that one, they've conceded over 20 points in every game, so that's not good enough. And I guess it's just a change of chemistry, change of players going, and injuries maybe as well. But yeah, Penrith have just been really unordinary so far this season. As for the Broncos, Broncos themselves looked a bit ordinary before they got the big win against the Bulldogs last week. But you know, Broncos are a talented side, and yeah, I mean, starting off the first half of a 34-0 lead against the Bulldogs, who were on top of the ladder, that's pretty impressive. So I'm sure Broncos will go out there and yet again try and recapture that same sort of form they did last week. So should be a very intriguing game, this one. But looking at both sides, for the Panthers, Luke Garner will line up at centre in his return from a concussion. Brian Toto remains at least another week sidelined. They really miss Bizarre, really miss him. Luke Soberton has been named a hooker, while Brad Schneider has been ruled out with an eye injury. It means Trent Toliar comes on the bench as 14. And for the Broncos, John Ricky, the big return for him on the starting back roads position from an infection. Brendan Piacura shifting back to the interchange, and Tyson Smithy's 18th man. And yeah, there we go. That's the changes there for both sides. All right, my tip for this game. I think Penrith are capable of winning this game, but I don't know, the way they look so far, I can't back them. I think Broncos have a lot more weapons in their side, like Hunt, Reynolds, Cobb at fullback is just another game-changing move for him. Stags, yeah, and with Ricky back, I think they'll be too good. So I'll go Broncos by about 8 points. First try scorer, Dean Mariner on the wing, and anytime try scorers for both sides. Going to go with Paul Alamotti, and for the Broncos, going to back in Jesse Arthurs for a try. But yeah, Penrith for me, don't know about them right now, but I think Broncos should win based on how they look. And last game to wrap up Magic Round, it is the Storm and the Raiders, 6:25 p.m. kickoff. Now, these two sides for me are real dark horses this year. Like the Storm have always been a dark horse for many years now, but the Raiders have been in great form. You know, they've been really, really gritty. Canberra. And looking very strong in their forward pack, and their back line is very talented as well. So, yeah, Canberra definitely look like a team to beat in 2025. But, yeah, both these sides have history against each other. The Raiders are one of those sides that actually do tend to play well against the Storm. So, we'll see if that history can keep up with itself on Sunday. But, yeah, looking at both sides, for the Storm, who, yeah, beat South Sydney in a close game last week, they have Sua Faulongo named on the wing after being cleared from a concussion against the Rabbitohs last week. Tuika Mikamika is on track to make his return from an ankle injury after being replaced on the bench, and is the only change to the side. Lazaros Valepu reverts to the reserves as a result. Nelson Ossoff-Solomona is in the extended squad and a chance of being in the 17 this week. After making a successful return through the Queensland Cup side last week. And for the Raiders, no changes for the Raiders last week, as they had a great win over the Dolphins, comeback win too, very impressive by Canberra. Ethan Strange and Jamal Fogarty will again be the halves. Josh Papali'i is set to make an impact off the bench, and Simi Sasangi is 18th man for the second week in a row. Right, okay, very tough game this one to pick. Really don't know who to go with here. I can see Canberra winning. I can just see it. And I can see Storm winning as well because Storm is Storm. But yeah, I'll tip Melbourne. I'll go safe and get back the Storm. But I feel like I could regret this though, because I do have a gut feeling Canberra will be right up for this game as well. Just with their forward pack being able to match the Melbourne Storm's pack in the middle, I feel like that's a big way of winning if they do. But yeah, I'll back Storm by 2 points. I'll go like 24-22 and a bit of tries to be scored. First try scorer going with Canberra, actually. I think Seb Chris will score, and anytime try scorers for both sides. Going to go with Cameron Munster for the Storm, and for the Raiders, going with Matty Nicholson in the back row. Been in great form for Canberra so far. But yeah, very tough game this one. I think if you're backing Canberra, I don't blame you at all because I was very close to backing that close. So, but I'll back Melbourne though because their record at Suncorp was really good. So yeah, Storm to win by 2. But that there was my Magic Round tips and predictions for 2025. Again, would have loved to go on there, but mainly have to buy, so I get to kick back this weekend and watch the games through the TV. But yeah, enjoy your weekend of footy for those that are going to Magic Round. It's a great experience. I love going to Magic Round. I'll be back next year. But yeah, great experience and have a great time because it's an awesome weekend with so much on at Suncorp Stadium. And then yeah, my birthday tomorrow, so going to enjoy that as well. But yeah, enjoy your weekend of footy and yeah, bring on Magic Round.